Hello friends, my name is Shivam from Devops Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com.
Now, moving down to the point, how we can do the estimations. So there is a not having such a major factors where we can do the estimations, or there is not having defined words for it. So out of all your user story, you have to define the smallest one, or out of all your activities, you have to define the smallest task which can be completed in some time. So let's say I've just identified one of the user story is one of the tasks, sorry, yes, one of the story is possible to complete it within 2 days. Okay, so if they will consider that task can be completed in 2 days or 2 hours, so that is my smallest task. That means I will mark that task as a extra small. Fine. So whichever is task is the smallest one, I will mark with extra small or 1. Then the next user story should be multiple of 3 with task 1. So this is my task 1, which is a story pointer 1. So if I want to give the task 2 to story pointer 2, so this should always have effort, or this should always have the effort required to complete this task multiple of 3. It means if this task can be completed in 1 day, so that story pointer 2 should be completed in 3 days. So if it is completed in 3 days, then only I will mark with story pointer 2. That is multiple of 3. After that, task 3, if this task can be completed in multiples of task 2 multiplied by 2, then task 2 into 2, then this task will be marked with story pointer 3, and that's so on, like for 5, 8, multiples of 2 only. So for task 4, if that task can be completed in the multiples of or twice of task 3, then we can mark that task as story pointer 5. So this is the logic behind that. If you are working, or if your first task or smallest task can be completed in 2 hours, that means you will mark with 1 story pointer. If that task can be completed within a day, smallest task can be completed in a day, you will mark it as 1 story pointer. So by this way, I'm just adding random number here because I don't have the actual team. So I will add random number so that I will showcase you about all the details. So here 5, 4, 3, 4 is never exist. Yeah. So you can see here whatever task whatever story pointer I'm ending, it is getting updated here. Let me know if you have any queries here because this is a bit confusing. And when you will see other articles from the internet, you will find it out differences as well. So if you have any queries, you can let me know. Adding efforts is very much important part into Jira or any of the project management too. So I'm adding random story pointer here so that I can showcase you about different aspects of
Hey viewers, our Master in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high level DevOps positions. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
it. Okay. Then we have the enough amount of data to explain you. Alright. So you can see here all the user story has been marked with story pointers. Now we have to create a sprint. So for creating a sprint, again we will use the backlog page only. I don't know on this one. Scroll down and you can there is a sprint. Have create sprint here. So for this I've created sprint one. Then I will create one more sprint, that is sprint 2. If you want, you can modify it by just clicking on this pencil icon, but I'm keeping same thing here. And then you can create sprint 3 as well. So I will not do a manual thing. I will just drag and drop the contents which I would prefer to do it based on the spread. So I'm just dragging dropping into the particular screen and it will automatically estimates for me. So you can see here in sprint 1, I've dragged 2 issues and the complete estimation is 8 story pointer, totally depending on your team size or actual effort of your team. You have to make it the planning. If you are doing the planning, it's your responsibility. You cannot overload your team members more than 90%. Otherwise, your team will move into the risk of completions. So you can see here, this has been added 6 story pointers. It means these two are with each story pointer. So let's add more number here. Now you can see this will become 11. Let's add this as well. So we are assigning every user story as a sprint. So 80, 21,
So I have one question here.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So this is Sachin here. Here, uh, so can we assign the actual dates, uh, right? So the time duration for the particular epic or particular user story, and from that it will automatically estimate the numbers like this three, four, five numbers like. Uh,
No, I did not got a question actually. Could you please
so
come
can we
again?
directly can we
Yeah.
directly assign uh, what I mean to say the dates to particular epic? So we have the timeline in front of us, right? The calendar, correct?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So in the month of Feb to March, we have to deliver this epic and so on, right? So can we assign that particular
Yeah,
date?
in real life projects, that has been done in this way only. So in every sprint, normally when we are starting the development, so every product team or every Scrum Master is having PI plan. PI
Mm-hmm.
plan will be done for 1 quarter. In 1 quarter, they are making or taking decisions what we can achieve within this quarter. So once the planning will become, and this PI plan is done minimum for 3 days, totally based on your project cycle or based on your project length. So if your project duration is more than 2 years or 3 years, that time this planning will be done in prior so that they can within that 3 months durations they will reach to that point. We will achieve this much points or we will achieve this much functionality. So whenever the epic will be created, it is already having the time durations. And see what happened, some of the user story are interdependent. So let's say if I'm adding any user story in epic 1 and there are other stories also there in the epic 2, so which have the dependent relations, so we have to complete both together. So in that point of view, we cannot see that epic can be completed in sprint 1 or sprint 2, totally depending on the development size or development work. So we can specify it, but we have the duration of 3 months here, right? So in that durations, we can achieve it. Hope your point is clear. To yeah, I think I have received one question, and this estimations is done by including everyone within the planning sections. Everyone will be there, including beat or development team, beat QA team, because definition of done is always completed like QA, UAT, and development teams. So in front of everyone, this planning will be done. Everyone inputs should be taken. Otherwise, their projects will be getting in the risk. So majorly, the final decisions will be taken care by product owner and scrum master only, but everyone includes calculated because they are the actual person who is doing work for them, right? So they have to understand to their aspects as well how much time they will take to finish this.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecOps? Enroll for our DevSecOps certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Activity. Fine. Yes, I was talking about the effort estimations. When we are talking about the effort estimations, effort like let's say if your team size is 10 and all of your team members working in 5 day cycle, 5 days working cycle, and this 5 days they are working for 8 hours in a day. So 8 hours in a day is doesn't mean that the team are working completely 8 hours. You do have the breaks as well, right? Lunch breaks. Then you do have the meeting, several meetings. So I will exclude only 2 hours out of 8 hours. So it means one day for one resource, your actual capacity or actual working capacity is 6 hours, excluding 2 hours, 1 hour for lunch, and 1 hour for the other activities like you are attending daily Scrum calls for 15 minutes or half an hour, and I'm keeping half an hour in the buffer space, like you are going to the loo break and any other break. So 6 hours is the actual effort. So I said this 6 hours will be for one person in one day or one resource for in one day. So if I will calculate for 5 days, the actual effort of one person for week will be 30 hours, right? Now, if I will calculate into two, it means I was trying to calculate for the sprint. So for this 60 hours for one resource, right? If we don't have any holidays in between that. Now, this is for one resource, then I will multiply with 10. It means my actual capacity of complete team for one sprint is 600 hours, right? So in that case, we have to do the estimations accordingly. So as you can see here, I've randomly assigned the data and story pointers. You can see estimations of story in terms of story pointers. So you have to do the estimations in such a way we will be able to finish this activity within that, because your capacity of team is 600 hours, only 600 hours. And if one story pointer is taking you to complete for 4 hours, it means 26 into 4. I'm just assuming one example here. So 26 in sprint 1 into 4 hours, which will give you 128 hours. Right, so 102, 104, yeah, 104, 104. It means you have estimated a less time effort, or you have did the estimations in less time. So you will have more buffer in this sprint. So you can also work on efficiency because your actual team capacity is 600 hours in one sprint, and you have done only 104. This is just example here, which might action. Let's say if one student a user story is possible to complete in one day, it means 6 hours. Then you have to do the estimations accordingly. Otherwise, your project will be in risk. So this will include our epic versions and sprints as well as estimations. Now, if you want to move any of the sprint down or app added your sprint, you can customize it according to here. You can also delete the sprint according to your requirement. If you want to see the insight about the sprint, you can see there's a commitment for the sprint. One is 26 story pointed, but is not yet finished. Let's say I am moving. Let's say I'm go to the roadmap here, and right now we have not defined any sprints or active sprints. So let me activate it. Then we'll see the insight. So let me start the sprint. I'm marking the sprint at the start point of today and ending it after 2 weeks. It means this is my final days, 14 days. Because we have holiday on Saturday and Sunday, so my sprint will end on 25. Definitely that detail will capture this automatically, so it will consider 26 Feb, but we have holiday. And here you can add your sprint goal, what you want to achieve it. So in that case, you will be able to showcase to the other person, whoever is viewing at first time, like what is your sprint goal, what you will achieve it within this sprint, right? Once I will activate the sprint, you can see the complete board is looking like that. We have to do in progress and done. These are the columns which we can increase according to our project, according to our organization structure. So if I want to customize the board settings, I will navigate it to the journal page, and from here I will change the project name and anything whatever I am looking for. Let's say board name, we can customize it, the board name as well. We can change the administrator, but you have to have your administrator permissions. So if you're working as a Scrum Master or if you're working as a product owner, then only you will be able to manage this thing. Otherwise, you won't be able to.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Make the changes. So you are working into the administrator level. Some of the organizations are handling in such a way, administrator is the person who is making these changes. In few of the organizations, they are falling into different category. Scrum Master is doing board level setting. So that differs totally depending on your organization culture. Any question till here? Okay. Now, if you want to add any additional column, you can just click on add, not this one, add column and specify the name. Let's say you want to add the QA team. So here you will click on add and this QA team has been added before done. If you want to add UAT team or deployment team, DevOps, I will keep the name. You can see this column has been added, and if you will go back into your active sprint, you will see this column will be added for you. So this is how we can add the additional space according to our requirement. This is not a standard. In standard case, when we are working into the sprint or when we are working into the Scrum methodology, it's always be to do, in progress and done. But if you want to make the changes according to your requirement, you can make the changes. There is no much restriction into it. Fine. Now coming down to your board settings, we will also have one add status. So we already have 3 statuses available, but if you want, you can increase. Just name, add the name of your status like backlog, done, in progress, any name you can select it and add it and click on add, and this status will be added instead of in progress, to do and done. You will get additional status. I don't want this, so I will remove this too. Okay, now you can see 3 stages are available and we have did the question. So you have to navigate it to the board setting, and from the column sections you will be able to this screen. Column constraints you can add as per the issue count or issue count excluding subtasks. This will be possible, but finally you are trying to add the name. Even if you want to change this name or already existing name, you can also make the changes just clicking on the pencil icon. Even you can customize the color as well. We'll show you after this. Okay. Now let's say I'm moving this actions into in progress. So you can see here this will be moved into in progress status. Can you see here the status has been updated automatically. Now if you want to make this into complete status, you can see this is highlighted or this is crossed out because it's completed now. And when you will see in the inside you will see sprint progress as well as how many percentage you have completed, how many percentage are in done status, and how many are left. So 11% are done. When it comes to the epic point of view, you will also see the epic point of in progress status. Now let me move this as well. Can you see here the status has been updated? Let me refresh this page. See this 31% has been completed. So if you want, you can refresh it from here. Otherwise, you can refresh the page from here. This is the status of sprint 1. If you want to see the sprint view or the issue view, you can select this icon and you will be navigated into the apps page where you will see the added plugins related components. So if you have already installed, then only you will be able to see, otherwise you won't be able to see this GeForce squad. Let's go back to our board. Now, you can also see how many days are left into your sprint and automations icon star. If you want to share this complete board, you can just copy this link and paste it to your email body. Otherwise, you can include the person with whom you want to share this data. Now, after that, I want to show you something here as well. Now, can you see here? These epics are in active status because we have added different user story from different epics. That's why it is highlighting in sprint 3. So in sprint 1, we have 3 epics are coming together, which means the user story of all 3 epics are lying here. You can also see the status from here as well. Like when you open it, you can see green is the done status, blue with in progress. Out of 7, one is in progress. Rest one is in from Epic 5. So that's how the structure is working when we are working in the sprint. We can also view settings as well. If you want to show the filter for 12 months instead of 12 months, we can also include. Now, if we want to add any dependencies, I will just add it like here. You want to add the dependency, then select this. Wait, no, not this one. This is the icon, and if I will drop it to here, it, because we are in the active sprint, we cannot do it. Otherwise, if we are non-active sprint, we will be able to finish this. So let me try to add it. So this is a stopper. We have to select it and drop it to here, and it will add the dependency according to our requirement. Even we can export this complete board into the image format. So let's say you want to share this complete status about your project with your team members or with your highest authority, then you can add the filter from which date to which date you want the status and export it into the image format, and you can share with your team members. You can also directly share this board including their name as well as copy the links and paste it to your email ID. So now we are done with this. Let's go to the board settings, which is a more important for you. Now swim lanes. Swim lanes is nothing but filters which we are grouping issues together. Swim lanes type can be changed depending on the filter to filter. If you want to apply the swim lanes in terms of user story or in terms of assignee, you can include it. So here, when we are adding swim lanes, it is always showing that if you want to show swim lanes, others, if you want to unassign, so unassigned issues below swim lanes, then we can just apply this filter and go back to here, and we will see the swim lane is applied because none of our issue type is in assigned status. That's why it is not showing the swim lane. But let me assign this product into my name, and you will see swim lanes is available here. So this is the filtering actually. If you have lot of user story available into your board, you will differentiate it easily. Are you with me? If you have any queries, let me know. All good so far?
Yes.
Okay, let's move to the next part. Now, we have multiple type of swim lanes we can apply it according to our board to board structure. So this time we have used assigning. We can also use epic as a swim lane. Based on this, we will see epic on top and rest other item into the bottom. Then we will also have the project. Let's say if you are working with the multiple projects, if your team is working with the multiple projects, we can also apply the swim lane based on the project. Instead of this, we can also have swim lanes created using GQL, that is Jira Query Language. So if I want to create a swim lane based on my status or issue type, then I will write it here.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.